Thank you for your interest in Confirm Not Conform. CNC is a confirmation program that empowers youth to claim their faith and put it into action in the world. Over the next few minutes, you will hear how CNC works and how it can work in your congregation. You will also hear from everyone ranging from students to bishops who have participated in this program. And what they will tell you is that CNC is not simply a youth program. It is a congregational development program that will engage and energize your congregation. So let's take a look at CNC. Confirm Not Conform. It's not just a name, it's a philosophy. Most confirmation programs focus on conformity, being told what to believe, fitting into someone else's theology, reciting things from rote. What I like to call confirmity is about finding one's own voice, one's own belief, one's own meaning.
I always think about sort of the stodgy Episcopal way of going about confirmation. It's a little arid in most places and historically. But when I get to St. John's, it's anything but arid. It is full of life and vitality, and young people have to not memorize facts. They have to reach deep into their own souls to discover a faith, an abiding faith that'll take them into to the rest of their lives.
There are so many programs that seem to involve just recitation of lists of details and facts and, putting together the catechism and being able to read it back by rote. What's different about CNC is that from the very beginning, the students and the mentors and the teachers and, in fact, everyone in the parish is encouraged to really think through very basic core questions of the faith.
Everybody knows youth are passionate. The goal of CNC is not to repress that passion, but to release it into the congregation and into the world. The lessons and methodology of CNC help youth discover their voice, claim their beliefs, and put it into action in their congregation and their community.
I just love something that draws the youth into the core of the congregation, and not that the youth are a ministry we do, but our youth and young adult canon in the diocese is adamant about saying the youth are not the future of the church, the youth are the church, and this program puts meat on that, makes it alive, makes that a true thing.
The thing that so impressed me about this program is just the tremendous involvement of the entire parish. I mean, it just excites everybody within the parish community.
CNC is important to me because it taught me to stand up for what I think and be able to voice my opinion better and be able to believe in what I want, not have to follow the crowds.
CNC is about more than spending time in a classroom. It's multifaceted. It involves things like mentors and retreats, involvement in Holy Week. It culminates in a special liturgy that celebrates the work the youth have done.
My mentor. I was only, 13, and I befriended this adult, and I think that was such an important thing. It's really hard for teenagers to be able to relate with adults, and I think it's really important. And so I've been able to relate with adults a lot easier. My mentor is one of my greatest friends. I babysit for our kids all the time. So it's made me more mature because I'm friends with an adult, and so I can learn how to be an adult.
The best part of CNC for me was the ceremony when I got to see all of these kids, including my own son, stand up and tell me things that I could tell he'd figured out for himself. And I saw a person speaking there that I would have liked to have known, even if it hadn't been my own son. And I thought that of the other kids as well. It was incredibly gratifying that I could watch them having done it themselves. I could never have parented him to that point.
Let's take a look at the CNC methodology. In my previous life, I was a contractor, and so I enjoy construction metaphors. The program is set up in 3 phases: demolition, design, and construction. Demolition is about equipping the students with the tools to tear away preconceived notions about what the class is going to be like or what's expected of them, that they might have their voices discovered and embraced.
So this curriculum, to me, the whole thing is creating a space for them to kick the tires, to poke at it, and then to discover they can really push their faith and it isn't fragile. It's not going to fall apart.
Phase 2, design. If you've ever designed anything, you know the first thing that you do is get out and look at the options. What's out there? In the program, we encourage students to examine other faiths, examine the Anglican tradition, explore their own spirituality.
I guess probably my favorite part would be the process of reconstructing the Nicene Creed, which was, I think every year that has been a big one. I think also reviewing the different denominations or the different religions, I think that's a real growth exercise for everybody, not just the kids, the parents as well.
And finally, phase 3, construction. This is where they build on the foundation they have been pouring throughout the class. This phase of the program encourages them to put their values into action. In particular, we focus on the Millennium Development Goals as endorsed by the Episcopal Church and embraced by our presiding bishop. The 8 Millennium Goals are designed to eradicate extreme poverty by the year 2015.
Lesson 12, which is Pain to Power, I think, ended up surprisingly being the best lesson for all of us because it highlighted powerlessness and highlighted our real lives. And it also, the lesson itself helped us to see our way clear to ways of dealing with the pain and how that in the gospel story, it is the ultimate story of pain and suffering and voicelessness and powerlessness being transformed into and in the process and the love of God through Jesus Christ being transformed into power.
The CNC program really empowered me and made me feel like I could do a lot of things. And one thing I took away from that was the Millennium Development Goals, along with Organization 1. And from there, I just took it into my school, and now we have a club at our school about the Millennium Development Goals, and we're working and we're, trying to send money, and we're having bake sales. And it made me so much more confident in my daily life and in my school life.
Okay. And I'm even reading about her in the newspaper. When I pick up the local weekly newspaper, Alex is all over it. And we shouldn't omit saying how much fun our families are having together now.
This program will work for you. It would be inappropriate for us to make you conform to our program. One of the great characteristics of this program is its flexibility. You can use it in a variety of different ways. You can make it fit your structure. You can use CNC right out of the box, or you can adapt it to your own needs.
And I think that's the important thing about CNC, that it's flexible, that it's continually updated, so that a new movie, a new song, a new way of doing a particular part of it is continually changing. So it's really looking at what God is doing anew at our time.
It seems as though one of the strengths of CNC is that it is sort of infinitely adaptable to local conditions. We had 4 students in our group. I've been talking to someone recently who had 51. And the situation is completely different for them. So there's a lot of flexibility built into the system.
It has definitely met my expectations and exceeded them. I knew it was going to be good, just on some gut level. I felt that this is going to be a good program, but it has exceeded my expectations.
On behalf of all of us here at CNC, we thank you for your commitment to the church's youth. We hope that this DVD has answered some of your questions about CNC and sparked an interest in learning more. We look forward to hearing from you.